Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
Welcome, everyone. This is your host, Steve Meisinger. Welcome back to the ISE webinar series. Today, I'm pleased to have Ilian, Yotov, and Raghee Horner. Raghee will be joining us in a second, and we'll be taking your questions. So that's, it's a really good thing that you'll be able to sort of ask us anything you'd like. We have some questions from previous webinars. I've actually taken some questions from some of the attendees today, and that's really what the format. It's a bit different than normally we have Raghee or Ilian or any of the guests. They come in and they talk for 45, 50 minutes about the FX market and ISE FX options. But today we have just a special format. We're trying it out, see if it works. Questions and answers. So we have Raghee Horner. She's the co-founder of Raghee.com, and Ilian Yotov, founder of all things Forex.com. So I'd urge you to check out those sites as they offer many, many things. Ilian, I'm a special guest of his a couple times a month. Raghee is in Vegas quite often. She does some mentoring. She has products. So you can go and check out her site as well as Ilian's. So Raghee, again, is at Raghee.com and Ilian at allthingsforex.com. Okay. So welcome, Ilian, and we'll welcome Raghee in 1 second. Hi, Ilian. What's going on?
Hey, Steve. Thank you very much for having me. Hi, everybody.
Glad you could make it. So let me just go through. Raghee will be on in a second. So anyway, this is Steve Meisinger, back with you, the host. We have Ilian Yotov, and we'll just go through the charts very quickly, and then we'll take some Q&A. Of course, the option disclosure document is very, very important. So I'd urge you to get that from your broker or at optionseducation.org. So slide 3, we're talking about the ISE FX options. And again, you can trade these options directly through your equity options broker. They're cash settled, European style, can be traded as spreads. And we have the Australian dollar, British pound, Canadian dollar, euro, Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Please check out www.ise.com/FX. They are U.S. dollar based, so which means it's a little bit different than looking at it in the spot market where, let's say if you're looking at the euro, you're looking at euro versus the dollar trading at 145, 46, whatever. We're trading it dollar euro, and that trades at about 68 or the inverse. Let's look at a couple charts. So we're looking at dollar yen, and there's the chart there, dollar yen. We were in a nice bull trend, and that's the up. Dollar euro just had a breakout, and we're trading up by 68 now, and we were as low as 62 just a month or so ago. Symbol there is EUI. Dollar Canadian dollar, symbol CDD. We had a breakout, quite a nice breakout, traded up to, let's say, 108-ish. Trading around 106 or so now. Take a look at the British pound. Breakout there also. BPX traded up almost to 54, which is an amazing move. Dollar Australian dollar. We just started trading this, as you can see, in April. Tremendous move from down around 101 up to about 116 in just a month or so. That's an amazing move. Dollar Swiss franc also had a tremendous move in just a short period of time. So I want to go to the whiteboard and go through some of the questions. Hopefully Raghee will join us. Looks like we're having a problem with the sound from Raghee, but hopefully she'll join us. But let's go through these, Ilian, you and I, and hopefully Raghee will join us. All right, so the first question is, I guess it's a question more for me, Ilian. Can I discuss brokers? We're getting this question very often. Which brokers can you trade through? Well, it's the same brokers that you can trade your typical equity options through. So, if you're trading through, let's say, people like Options Express, Interactive Brokers, Thinkorswim, E-Trade, Scott Trade, all of those kind of folks, Ameritrade, TradeStation, those kind of people, you can access ISE FX options. And there are many other brokers. I didn't name them all because, again, there would be dozens and dozens of them, but I named just a couple. So those are some of the brokers. Just about all the brokers that you can trade plain old equity options through, you can trade ISE FX options. All right, Ilian, question for you. Are there software platforms that you would recommend scanning, either things that you've used or that that others are using in the FX market? And Ilian has traded the FX market for many, many years, and he, like I said, go to his website, allthingsforex.com. He has a lot to offer. So, Ilian, what do you think?
I actually use a software platform that's called WiseTrade, the WiseTrade software. It's a software that was developed, I think, about 9 years ago in 1999. And at that time, I was actually in Dallas, and I was one of the first employees for the company when we developed that software program, and I've been using it ever since. I find it very easy, user-friendly, and I encourage you to take a look at it if you would like to. There's also a lot of software platforms as far as technical charts that individual brokerage houses and firms offer, so depending on which broker you're going to be trading with, they all have some good charting packages nowadays, especially in the last couple of years, as an added bonus to their clients. So if you're into using these technical indicators, moving averages, RSI indexes, stochastics, etc., they're available there with pretty much every broker that's out there. Do you have any favorites yourself, Steve?
Well, I know, it just depends. I know that one of the brokers, maybe there are others, but obviously at the exchange, I'm not going to have one favorite. But I knew many, many years ago that there was a company called Supercharts, and they subsequently sort of merged the business into a broker-dealer called TradeStation. So for those of you that are interested in sort of creating your own algorithms or your own logic, I know you can do it there. But every broker has something that's special. Now, a lot of them are getting more and more charting capability, and it really just depends what you're looking for. There's a lot of online charting software, and I don't really think, there's probably not one best charting package, but I do get this question often, and so I wanted to take it. But, that's really what I use. I use just a lot of the simple things just online, where you can go and just check out the pairs and go from there, look at the simple trends. What's your thought process, Ilian, when planning an FX trade?
Well, to me, it's a combination of fundamentals and technicals. The first thing that I actually do, Steve, is I try to build my strategy and my game plan on solid fundamentals. So especially when it comes to trading these currencies, you have to be on top of geopolitical events, economic releases, interest rates, especially interest bank decisions, et cetera, et cetera. So I try to make sure, since we trade currency pairs and we always compare one currency against the other, I try to find a clear fundamental edge that one currency is going to have over the other currency in a pair.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.